prior to Tupac getting shot in Vegas, when y'all was on y'all way to Vegas, Tupac, he had a confrontation with some high school football players, right? That played for Long Beach Poly.
I think what they were doing, we were at a gas station or like some kind of food stop, and they were getting off of this big bus, school bus, and they were kind of taunting at them and some things like that. And shit, Pac was ready to turn up on them. They was in high school where they was, and the guys that we was with was ready to tie their head off. I think a little commotion, a couple people kind of got some hands put on them. You know what I mean? I kind of remember it. I don't remember every piece of it, but I do remember him getting into it, with this football team, for sure.
What was they saying to Tupac?
Just, gang banging, just banging. Like in LA, they gang bang, man, a lot. I do remember them gang banging. We was damn near like almost out of LA into Nevada. This mother was gang banging damn near in the desert. So, yeah, but that's what happened when Death Row was going places. They were always test. They were always test to see if, Death Row was who they say they were. So that wasn't the only fight. Damn near everywhere we went, we had a fight. We didn't come to Chicago and fight, though. We didn't come to Chicago and fight. And I wasn't going to come to Chicago and help them niggas fight at all. At all.
Was Tupac happy to go to Vegas? Because I heard he was supposed to go to Atlanta to handle a family issue because somebody in his family sold his guns for drugs. But Suge Knight kept begging him to go to Vegas, so he went.
Yeah, I heard somebody else say that he wasn't supposed to go to Vegas. But, Pac, I don't see Pac, Suge saying we going to Vegas and Pac saying I don't want to go. And Suge like, yeah, you got to go. That was something we looked forward to doing. Going to Vegas was a release. That was the getaway. That was like what a clubhouse was. You know what I mean? All of the partying, let your head down, like have a good time. So I didn't see him not being happy. As a matter of fact, it was like a rush. Like we did the Machiavelli, the Toss It Up video, and immediately got on the road to go to Vegas. So I didn't see that at all. Pac was more enthused to go to Vegas than he was to do the video.
You made a comment earlier and you said every time y'all went out, y'all got tested. So why didn't y'all bring protection to Vegas like y'all always did when y'all went out somewhere? And after y'all got in the fight with Orlando, Suge, him being from LA and him being familiar with LA gangs, why didn't he tell Tupac and everybody else to stay low after y'all just got in the fight with a Crip?
I think that was a thing of a gang being comfortable. The untouchable Death Row, maybe that's where that was birthed from. Because, at that time, I can attest that I felt like we were untouchable. A bulletproof vest was a part of our wardrobe. Having security on the side of you, that was something that you had to get used to every day. I grew up with a bulletproof vest on. And when it got rough for us, and almost everybody that was around had that. Why we didn't have on one in Vegas, like I said, man, Vegas was so laid back and so comfortable. And just as big as Suge was in California, he was just as big in Vegas, in Nevada, by him going to school there. And he had previous problems there, and he got a damn near sign in every time he crossed the state line. And, he knew a lot of people. So I just think just being too comfortable and off your square is kind of what bought that, made everybody comfortable. We fought and shit, let's go to the fight. We fought, we still going out tonight to get some weed, and we're going to be at 662. I don't think that would have changed anything because we was that comfortable in Vegas, and quite frankly, whenever we kind of got into it with people, we get into it and still go on the show and still do what needs to be done.
But do you think Suge Knight should have knew better though? Him being familiar with the gang culture in LA, he should have known not to go out and party after just jumping on the Southside Crip?
I'm sure one of the homies probably went to Suge and said some things. You know how the streets go, and said, "Hey man, that's some serious shit." But Suge being who he is, probably didn't feel like we can be touched. Oh man, we fuck that. We still gonna fuck that. I'm sure. But as we can see, that was some serious shit from both ends.
And if I'm not mistaken, Suge Knight, he had a gun in the stash of the black BMW, right? That him and Tupac was in.
Where you hear that from?
I mean, it's a few people out there that said. I think Reggie Wright Jr. made that comment as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know it was a stash in there. I know it was a stash in the BMW. I'm not quite sure why. Shit, a gun. You know, if it was in there, why he didn't use it? Because the stash is in the airbag on the steering wheel. Is where the stash was. So I'm not quite sure. Also not sure why the damn people that had the right to shoot guns didn't shoot neither. It was a whole security team with us.
So you don't feel like the security that Tupac and Suge had did a job that night?
I know when I say this, Reggie Wright gonna say something. I look forward to seeing his interviews when he talks shit. I pray for his healing. Heard he had COVID. Made him a little different. I pray for him. But I'm sure he gonna say some smart shit. But if I was judging it for myself, and we had, our prospect was Tupac, and we no longer have him, and nobody else got shot, and I was a security person over it, yeah, I close my security shit down. Because a lot of motherfuckers should have got shot with police being with us.
So Reggie Wright's security company was over everything that night?
Yes, they were. He was. Yep.
And what was the name of his company?
Right Way. Right Way, I think, security.
Okay, that's interesting, man.
Wrong.
So where did Frank Alexander come into play? Because was he doing security for Tupac too?
Yeah, Frank Alexander, I think, was on personal detail for Pac. Everybody had their personal security, like one or two, and Frank was the one that was on Pac. But he was a part of Right Way. He was under Reggie Wright.